Welcome to the Gies iDegree workshop, ROI Series, today focusing on the engineering industry. We are going to take just a couple minutes here and allow all of those to join us tonight so everyone can kind of get connected and get settled. But feel free to go ahead and scan that QR code if you're interested. That code will connect you directly to our website and to our team. So feel free to do that as we wait here a few minutes, but we're excited that you all are joining us tonight. We love to know where everyone is joining us from, so feel free to put in the chat where you are located. And while you're at it, since this is a webinar focusing on ROI and engineering is the topic, what kind of engineering field are you in? Feel free to toss those in the chat if you'd like. Where are you located and what engineering are you in? My name is Lori Hayes. I'm a coordinator in admissions and recruitment, and I will be conducting this webinar tonight. I also have two special guests joining us that will be sharing their Gies Online ROI experience here in just a few minutes with you. You all are here today because you're interested in Gies Online and also how it has affected our students in the engineering industry. So today I'll give a short overview of the Gies Online and how the courses are structured. We'll also touch on each of our master's degree programs, the IMSM, IMBA, and IMSA. And as I said, we have our two special panelists here, and I will give them some time to share a little bit about themselves, how their degree in learning has specifically influenced their trajectory and their current role or promotions they have earned. They have valuable insight and are also game for whatever questions you have. So feel free to pop those in the Q&A feature, and we will try to get those answered before the end of the hour. All right. So to kick things off tonight, we are going to talk about the three main qualities of Gies Online programs. Flexibility. Gies Online programs are 100% fully online. This means you can access group projects and live sessions from the comfort of your own home, office, or even if you're away on vacation. You can take one course at a time or two, depending on your schedule. Your schedule will be totally paced by you, depending on your work and life schedule. Also, we do have a pay-as-you-go model, so you only pay for courses as you are enrolled in them. Stackability, and I will go over this in a little bit more depth on the next slide, but all of our credentials stack and work together. There are the Coursera MOOCs, which stands for Massive Open Online Courses. They are single online courses offered on the Coursera platform. Gies Online offers non-degree or for-credit single courses, which combines both the Coursera MOOC with the Gies Online high engagement component. We also offer graduate certificates, which are 12 credit hour sequences or 3 courses where you can master a specific topic. All of our graduate certificate options are also stackable into any of our degree programs, and the IMSM and IMSA programs will stack into the IMBA as well. And finally, online by design. This means that our programs were designed to be delivered to thousands of learners worldwide, so that our learners could access highly engaging content from anywhere, anytime, without having to pause their family or career commitments. And as I said, I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on stackability and how that works. So this slide represents all the building blocks and credentials that we offer at Gies Online. They're the free Coursera MOOCs on Coursera, non-degree single 4-credit courses, graduate certificates, and we also offer the 3 full master's degree programs. All of these can complement an existing credential. All of these options allow for development of new and targeted knowledge. They will allow you to work at your own pace. And lastly, stackability is outcome driven. By that, I mean you will see career impact with each stackable step. So as you can see, we have something for everyone here at Gies Online, whether you are wanting to take a single course, earn a graduate certificate, or get a master's degree. We have options that build on one another and work together. I do want to touch on how we deliver information in our programs. This is very important, and this is a combination with our amazing faculty and how our learners absorb information and impacts in their careers. We combine the asynchronous component with high engagement materials, and those two components make up the Gies learner journey. The Coursera MOOC, which stands for Massive Open Online Course, are non-credit bearing courses that you complete asynchronously on your own time, and they cover basically the foundational material for each course. These offer specific career-aligned training, like foundations of everyday leadership or developing a winning marketing strategy. You will earn a digital certificate that you can share on social platforms when you complete that component. You enroll through the Coursera platform, and the content is made up of video, self-assessed quizzes, assignments, and peer evaluations. The second component to courses is the high engagement component. The high engagement component material builds upon the MOOC foundational material. It will give you the real-world scenarios and projects to pull through the concepts that you have learned in the MOOC. You also have small group breakout sessions in these live classes. They're offered at several different times during the day to accommodate all of our global time zones. Your faculty is available for office hours where you can discuss current assignments and have discussions with your professor and TA. And you will also have all of your classmates as a resource for you as well. So together, the Coursera and high engagement components make up your 4-credit Gies Online course. Feel free to add in the chat as well which program you're interested in. I'm going to briefly touch on each of our master's degree programs, but we like to see what program those that are attending are interested in. So feel free to toss that in the chat as well. And first, we're going to cover the IMSM program. The IMSM program is made up of several different learner types. There's the non-business background, looking to develop leadership and management base, business backgrounds, pivoting to include management in their skill set, or highly technical backgrounds, looking to broaden their business knowledge. This degree costs just under $12,000, and you can finish it in just 1 year. Like all of our offerings, this degree is flexible in taking 1 or 2 courses every 8-week term, totally paced by you depending on your work and life schedule. There's 5 start dates for the IMSM program. You will complete a total of 36 credit hours or 9 courses. And the IMSM can now fully stack into the IMBA. So if you would like to pursue the IMBA after completing the IMSM degree, you would only have 36 more credits to complete. The IMBA program is a much deeper dive into the skills that you are going to need to run an entire business. You're going to hone in on those accounting, management, and financial skills. And you're also going to focus on learning business theory and discovering current trends, projects, and problems that you see within companies. And then you will figure out what the practical application is for those and how you can best approach those problems. The total cost for this program is just under $24,000. You will complete a total of 72 credit hours or 18 courses. The 18 courses is made up of 6 specializations. 4 of those will be course specializations, which are required by all IMBA students, and 2 will be focus area specializations or elective path choices. Each specialization is made up of 3 courses that work together to give you expertise in that topic. The focus areas are nice because you're able to cater your IMBA to your interest in career and choose from some amazing options. In addition to the 6 specializations, you will also complete 3 capstone projects. And last but not least, the IMSA program, the Master of Science in Accountancy. This program builds expertise in the fundamentals of accounting, like financial reporting, audit and control, and U.S. federal taxation. Whether you're a mid-level professional looking to move into that C-suite position or new to a field, you'll be well positioned to advance your career and increase your earnings potential with the IMSA. There is a range in the tuition of $20,000 to $28,000, and that will depend on your course choices. Students complete the IMSA in 18 to 36 months, depending on your course load. We have 3 start dates, January, May, or August, and the IMSA includes a total of 32 credit hours or 8 courses. And 24 credits of the IMSA will fully stack into the MBA degree if you decide to pursue that program later. All right, our first ambassador that you will hear from today is Ahmad Ashir. Ahmed, can you take just a few moments to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Of course. Thank you, Lori, for this great presentation and introduction for the different programs Gies offer. Hello, everyone. I'm Ahmed Ashir, originally from Egypt. I moved to New York City about 5 years ago. I hold bachelor degree in civil engineering, structural, a master's degree in project management and construction, along with several professional certifications. Recently, I completed my MBA at Gies College of Business. I work as an associate director of scheduling and program controls at Turner and Townsend, with over 19 years of experience across different countries, including Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and the USA. In my free time, I enjoy playing soccer and basketball. I'm excited to have completed the MBA journey and honored to be part of Beta Gamma Sigma, the National Business Owner Society. Next slide, please.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you can go ahead, Ahmed.
Yeah. I owe immense gratitude to my former manager, Juan, whose guidance led me to choose the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign for my MBA. This was actually in October 2021. There were different schools offered this program. So throughout the program, I gained not only financial acumen I sought, but also delved into strategic leadership, managerial economics, business analysis, and value chain management. The program's flexibility, as Lori highlighted at the beginning, allowed me to tailor focus areas to my interest, adding immense value to my learning experience. With 72 credit hours between courses on Coursera and Canvas, and the 3 capstones, I gained cross-functional experience beyond my specialization in engineering. This program has boosted my confidence, helping me advance toward my short-term target of moving into senior managerial level. The core module in strategic leadership management was a terrific opportunity for me to improve my leadership and strategic management skills. From various classes and capstones, I learned how to efficiently tell my story within a few minutes during presentations. Additionally, I developed a deeper understanding of how macroeconomic factors impact the market, discussions about the Fed meetings, interest rates, and inflation have become routine topics, reflecting the practical knowledge I gained. Next slide, please.
All right, and now can you tell us a little bit about your experience post-Gies?
Yeah, today I'm proud actually to have earned a unique distinction of completing an MBA from Gies. I've gained invaluable insights from fellow students through team assignments, which adding another layer of value to the Gies experience. I have received offers from other companies for roles in business development. And you know, this is like a shift career from engineering. But even in my current role, the MBA has significantly assisted in developing proposals for program control services from my clients, and effectively communicating the added value of each service we deliver. I have learned to tackle any problem using top-down approaches and decision trees, which is especially critical in railway projects that require flexibility and timely responses to emerging issues. While I don't have a solid plan yet to start my own business, I am confident that I now have fundamentals and a roadmap to someday build my startup. Next slide.
All right, and then can you tell us a little bit about the networking within Gies as well?
Over the past 2 years, it has been a privilege to expand my network of professors and the students worldwide across different industries. So it is time to celebrate these great achievements, which I'm immensely proud of. Lastly, I'm glad that two of my friends have already registered for the MBA program this year based on my advice. And I hope also all of you, you will have this opportunity. It's a great program. You will, as I highlighted at the beginning, my target was only financial and cover and improve my experience for economic, but again, other experience behind my targets. Thanks to everyone for your time and attention.
Thank you for sharing that, Ahmed. All right, next, I'd like to introduce our second ambassador, who you will hear from today, Eric Hall. Eric, can you take a few moments to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background as well?
Yes, absolutely. Very glad to take the time and be here to communicate with you all. I'm Eric Hall, as it says. I'm a licensed professional engineer. Also have a project management professional certification. And I also just graduated a couple weeks ago in May with my Gies IMBA. My background is, once again, a Bachelor's of Science in Civil Engineering. Career background, I'm currently a lead environmental specialist at Duke Energy. It's a very technical role, progressively built on the engineering side, first in the civil and now more into the environmental side of that. I currently have 10 years of professional work experience in those sectors, but primarily working on the electric utility side. Why did I choose Gies? For me, I just thought it was the perfect time. I was seeking first and foremost an affordable MBA, so I wouldn't have, loads and loads of student loans to pay off from a highly reputable institution. In Gies, University of Illinois has absolutely been that. Really, the core was I just wanted to boost my already strong technical engineering expertise with enhanced business acumen, communication, and leadership skills. So at the root of it, it's just wanting to go from that technical engineer to becoming more well-rounded, just to enhance my overall skill set. Um, and the reason for that is, I've progressed pretty far in my career, from an entry-level engineer to a lead engineer slash environmental specialist. However, there are, more steps to obtain, and I just want to continue to set the bar higher. And one step to get there, to progress from that individual contributor to that people leader, is to really round out my skill set. So I wanted to really seek the MBA to, give me a more rounded skill set so I could continue my upward trajectory. Next slide. Next slide.
Okay, there we go. How's your degree helped you, Eric, and what kind of ROI have you seen?
All right. So and once again, Gies is really probably one of the best professional experiences or choices that I made. I'm an absolute advocate of the program. It really just it challenged me academically, but just, as a person in general, having to balance work, having to balance life, and, just anything that comes your way, while also, focusing and prioritizing and executing on your degree. So yeah, it made me grow as both a professional and a person. And like with my goals, I wanted that business acumen and that leadership. So I definitely improved in both of those ways, whether it was just the course selection, but also the capstone courses, which really were, you know, team oriented. So you had that communication component to it. You know, they were very open ended and, you know, just really challenge you. So, you know, think critically, you know, work as a team and, you know, present your case. Um, but you know, beyond that, it was just exposure to a lot of new areas. You know, in engineering, it's very technical, but there's also other, you know, things that you can pick up that can benefit you, especially as you can continue to progress in your career. You know, to get out of that more of that niche role, that narrow focus, to broadening to help a business, to help a company or business in the big picture. But you know, exposure to statistics, I can use statistics to present information to like leadership, project management, you know, exposure to finance. I've just become a greater asset to the company. I can, you know, be a part of, you know, more conversations than I was previously when all I knew was civil engineering. And it's just, you know, I just have a greater and more well-rounded impact. As far as the ROI more specifically, you know, I definitely think I've had a strong return on investment, and I think that will just only continue to, you know, grow and grow as I progress further and further beyond my MBA. I received the promotion during the program, you know, largely due to applying some of the skills that I learned, you know, the strategy skills, innovation, you know, helped me to improve my company, you know, save money and just improve some of our processes. So that allowed me to receive a promotion. I also anticipate, you know, within pretty short order, being promoted to an engineering slash environmental manager within my company. Once again, you know, largely leveraging some of the skills that I learned while in the Gies IMBA program. But you know, at its core, you know, really just helped me for big picture decision making for my company versus, you know, the everyday, you know, site plans day over day over day. Now I'm involved with far more because I have that more well-rounded skill set. Um, and how has my degree studies affected my softer hard skills? Um, it's really boosted me across the board. Like I said, you know, I already had the strong technical, but I've gained that finance, that accounting, that economics, you know, operations management. But I would say my personal greatest improvements have been on the soft skills. You know, like many engineers, you know, speaking engagements, you know, just talking in front of an audience used to terrify me. I wouldn't say that I'm perfect at it now, but I'm definitely, you know, improved tremendously over the past 2 years that I was in the program. You know, they encourage, you know, back and forth interaction through all the courses, but also there's a team component with all our courses as well that, you know, helps you get more comfortable, you know, working with others, you know, speaking in front of, you know, large audiences. Um, so, you know, working through the program, it definitely boosted my confidence. You know, that's already been stated. So I definitely want to double down on that statement. It's boosted my confidence. It's made me a better communicator and presenter. And also, like I said before, I'm definitely more effective at clear and concise communication. Um, and then immediate application examples in my field. So the program, it really equipped me with various frameworks that I can apply to, once again, like I said before, you know, strategy, but also innovation and process improvements. I've been able to have tangible examples that I've applied to my company to either, you know, save time or improve our processes, which, you know, part of which helped me, you know, continue to progress in my career. Um, and that enhanced leadership and communication. Once again, as far as specific examples, I've had to provide quarterly environmental strategy updates to our senior executives. So some of the skills that I learned in Geese helped me with that. But also I've been tasked with, you know, training large audiences of engineers within my business unit. So those are just some tangible examples of the benefits that I've gained. Next slide.
And what has your experience been like post-Gies?
Okay, post Geese. Um, you know, I did graduate just a couple weeks ago, but I think there is some valuable things that I can share. As far as life and career ROI, you know, how has the degree changed the trajectory of my career or life? You know, like I said before, it really just put me on track to continue that career progression. You know, I see a lot of my peers, you know, at work, but there's people that I've, you know, went to school with or associates. Um, you know, they progress pretty quickly early on in their career, but a lot of times you see peers start to plateau and just kind of reach a ceiling. So by diversifying my skill set, learning some new skills and strategies, I'm ensuring that I'll be able to continue to progress in my career, and so I don't stall out, and just be in position to achieve all the goals that I have for myself. As far
Great.
as what doors the degree has opened up for me and when, so I would personally say that, pretty immediately, the degree really opened doors for me by, furthering my understanding of, various concepts, whether it's operations management, strategic innovation, things of that nature. At the core, I just am in better position to drive change and improvements within my organization, which is always, looked at very, very highly. That's a way to, driving value is a way to progress in your career, I would say. But those new skills, they also help me, meet new people, build connections. That's another way to help progress and, be exposed to new opportunities. But I'm also, very confident that I'm on the right track to, continue to progress towards that engineering or environmental executive that I aspire to be down the line. And then what would I change about my path? Quite honestly, for me, I think everything turned out, as I hoped. If I look back to who I was in undergrad, I think I'd be very happy with the progress I've made. So honestly, wouldn't change a single thing. I definitely enjoy my career. I think I enjoyed my time in the Gies MBA, and I think it's already provided benefits, made me a better engineer and professional. And I think that'll only continue to be the case, and I'll really be able to make, drive change and be a difference maker in my industry. So, um, yeah, it's been great all around.
Great, that's good to hear. We do have a question in the Q&A. Ahmed, do you want to touch on this? What the main differences are between the management and finance courses? And then Eric, if you have anything to add to that after he's done, that would be great.
Yes, absolutely, Lloyd. So I just would like to, I don't know if the question mean that the management course and financial course in Gies or in general. If the question related to the core area, because we have already managerial strategic leadership and management core in Gies, and of course we have financial and economic courses. So if the question related to specific to the Gies courses, even the management courses in Gies actually different than the other management course for other organizations. Like, for example, I have certification in PMP and Agile certification as well. But what I noticed, the courses which are delivered by Gies are more practical. You will have team assignments and capstones with international companies, and you will solve a problem. So it's like a way to apply what you learn. And for financial course, the Gies already ranked the top schools for finance and accounting. So you will have like deep understanding. Before I joined the program, my finance background was almost like beginner. I just have like some basics. But even with that, I was able to develop my experience with different courses in finance and economics. And as I said, the big value in Gies actually will have many practical cases with international companies in the USA and the international market. And you will have a scenario to solve the problem. So you will have like the way to analyze the company business, and you think also from a strategic level. So it's actually transform you to another level of thinking. And when you work also along with different team members, you will gain the other knowledge and experience from others. And so, and by the way, the management courses and finance course in Gies actually they integrate each other. So you can learn from one course something actually you will get benefit to apply that in other course. So at the end, you will have the ability to know what is the problem and how you tackle this problem and what will be the solution. This is my conclusion. And Eric, of course, if you'd like to add anything, feel free to add.
Yeah, sure. I'll add just a little bit more. I think you stated it pretty well. When I think about the management courses, it's, the big picture. How do you drive change or improvements? Management is multifaceted. There's the marketing management side of things. There's operations management, strategic management, and the program was pretty broad, and it introduced us to all sides of management. How can we improve a company? How can we make it better strategically, creatively, from a marketing standpoint, so on and so forth. In the financial courses, it's really more, it's a deep dive into that, the finances, the financial statements, the accounting, those, a lot of calculations, ratios to, take you from, just being the typical engineer, but to really understanding your companies from a financial standpoint, how they're performing, versus competitors, things of that nature. So, the finance courses are definitely more tailored to the, really getting into that side of that aspect of things and how your company is performing or can improve.
Can both of you maybe touch on a little bit your experience with the capstone projects and kind of what you gained through that experience as well?
Yeah, I can start. I think I did, 3 different capstones while in the program. I think one was in the strategic leadership. One was more so catered to entrepreneurship and innovation, and then also, like, everyone had to perform the program capstone. But capstones, they are, they're really, they're the short, quick push, 2-week course. For the majority of capstones, the program capstone is 4 weeks, but it's really a crash course to apply roughly, 3 or 4 courses in the program, condense everything together, and apply it in a real world setting, whether you're presenting a business case, things of that nature. But it's really a way to, apply a multitude of courses, with the team, because obviously in the real world, especially as you progress, you won't just be working on your own. You're not working on an island. You have to work with, different people of various backgrounds, various experiences. So, the capstones provide you that really kind of like a real world model to where you can apply a lot of what you've learned in the program. So, it definitely helps your communication, your leadership, but also your strategy during those courses.
Ahmed, do you have anything to share about that?
Yeah, and actually, this is the big value from this, the working with the team. Each course, even beyond the capstone, you will have like 18 courses, and each course will have like team assignments. And at the end, also, you will have like opportunity to apply all what you learn through the 3 capstones. My capstone was actually strategic leadership, management, managerial, economics, and business. And so you will have like a company. In these 2 capstones, you will have you can select the company, and then you will do like deep researches and analysis for the data you have, and you will have like a problem, and you need to solve. You need to analyze what is the current situation of the company and how you improve the situation. So as Eric highlighted, it's only 2 weeks, but you will be able to deliver like a report at the end and the presentation. It's like maybe even in practical life, you will have like more time to do that. But with Gies, actually, you will able to deliver something very challenging at the beginning, but at the end, with the collaboration of the team, and also you will have opportunity for office hours to ask professors and clarify any questions. Yeah, you will surprise how you will able to achieve that at the end. And I just would like to highlight also the program capstone was actually a big opportunity to analyze like airline companies within 4 weeks. It was maybe when you ask someone, for example, to solve the profit issue for any international company, and you will have like case study with limited data, and you need to have like a strategic decision what you will do, and you will have like alternative options. And again, with through the team, you will able to provide something actually workable, and you will have also some supporting data. It's not just matter of delivering solution without any evidence. So again, this is the big value for me for Gies. You will have many opportunities to apply what you learn. So it's not just something theoretical, but you will test you will able to test your knowledge and what you learn.
Okay, and then there's another question, and you touched on this a little bit, Ahmed, on one of your slides, but commenting on the networking opportunities that were available to both of you during the IMBA program. We do have lots of in-person opportunities. There's various meetups that we call iConnects, iConverge, which is our 3-day networking event that is on campus every September. We also have immersion trips that can count as capstone projects for the IMBA program, and a social media platform owned by Facebook called Workplace as well, where there's a lot of engagement among students there. But Ahmed and Eric, would you want to share a little bit about how you networked within Gies Online in the IMBA program, I guess a little bit more specifically? And we can start with you, Eric.
Yeah, sure. You know, for me, first and foremost, you know, since I was Charlotte, North Carolina, a little more distance than some of our learners, the first tool I would use is the Workplace tool. It's essentially a forum for all the current Gies students, but also recent alumni, where, you know, you can essentially talk about or have discussions on literally anything. There's a group for, you know, spring 2024 graduates, career progression. You know, there's also, you know, different groups for, you know, literally every class had its own group that led to discussions. But a lot of times it was, you know, beyond just talking about class or your career. There were, you know, social discussions and forums, you know, for that nature, for meetups. You know, especially in Illinois, but just larger metro areas, there were definitely, you know, recurring meetups for, you know, students in the Gies College of Business. And while we didn't necessarily have that in North Carolina, I'm definitely, you know, interested and engaged in taking part to kind of to lead that and bring that to Charlotte. That's one of the things I have some interest in. But you see a lot of those iConnects in various areas. But also, you know, even if you are more distant, having that Workplace tool where you can instantly have access to all the students in the program, students and alumni in the program, is just a great way to reach out and, you know, just build your network. And then from there, you know, opportunities are endless. So that's what I mainly use.
Great. Ahmed, do you have anything to share?
Yeah, the same thing actually Eric highlighted. The Workplace actually is a great platform for Gies to have a connection with the students, not only for study, but there are a lot of social there. I had the opportunity actually to meet Gies students in New York through a Workplace. So it was a good event to have a connection and have some social with the students. And again, you will the students from different industries, and even from engineering industry. Through the Workplace, there was a job posted by a student for delay analysis and program controls related to my experience, and I had the opportunity to connect with that student and apply for this position. So this is again the value. It's not only for the study, but even for your career path development and social. You're able to connect with the worldwide, from Europe, North America, and even Middle East. So you will busy all time. It's just not you need to organize your time, but of course you will have. And as Larry actually highlighted, also there is iConverge, which you can also, it's like opportunity to visit Gies school and also connect with student and professor in person.
Yeah, our last iConverge in September, we had over 500 students and alumni attend, and over 38 countries were represented. So it's a really nice time to kind of meet your instructors and a lot of your classmates in person for the first time. And all current students and alumni are invited to attend that event every September. And then there's another question about the support that you received when you came up against some challenging topics in class. We do have a student academic success team, but I'm going to let both Eric and Ahmed share a little bit about their experience when they came up with some challenging topics and the help that they received.
Yeah, and I'll start. So really, there's two primary things that come to my mind. First and foremost, each course has office hours. Generally, there's 2 or 3 every single week. They try to, have various different times and days to, maximize the student's ability to attend one. Hopefully some meet your, availability. But the professors, they're really, what I really appreciate about being in online programs, I feel like I'm not missing out, even though I'm not there physically, because the professors, they're so, friendly and engaging, and they really encourage you to, have those conversations and speak with them. But there's definitely dedicated time to have that one-on-one, discussions. Ask, almost anything. You maybe can't ask a specific question on an assignment, but or and get the answer, but you can ask and work through that. So there are definitely opportunities to get familiar with the processes within pretty much any course. Ask whatever questions you need, but that also allows you to have that time with the professor to learn their teaching style. But also, since there's other students that'll be attending those office hours, you get more familiar with them, which could, eventually break off into study groups or things of that nature. So I'm definitely an advocate of office hours. I attended throughout my 2 years in the program. And I was able to end up and do, really well in the program. So I'm definitely an advocate of that. I also think of the discussion forum. Each course has a discussion forum, which is just essentially there if you have any questions about content, syllabus, really anything related to the course. There's a discussion forum, that you can enter in the chat, and then whether it's the professors are pretty timely in their responses. They're pretty thorough in their responses. So that often points you in the right direction. But I also even believe that, you can look at, other questions from students because, being in the same class, they probably ask the same things. So the discussion forum and the live or in the office hours are some things that I suggest.
Ahmed, do you have anything else to share about that?
Yeah, so don't think about that too much. You will have a lot of support from the professors and the students also. So as Eric highlighted, the office hours, actually, there are also alternative time slots for office hours, at least 2. Some courses offer actually 3 different times for office hours. And you will able to ask the professor about any question or even principle related to the material or even practical case related to your company or anything you would like to highlight. The other opportunity, as Eric highlighted, for workplace, sometimes student develop like a study group after getting approved from professor, and you will able to clarify any question also from student themselves. The last point, the live session is actually interactive. So you can ask your question by chat if you have anything you'd like to clarify for the material of live session itself. And last point, the discussion board. You can post your question. You will get the response within 24 hours. So this is actually helping me actually to clarify anything for the material or for the fundamental of anything I would like to highlight. So as I said, a lot of supports you will find. There is no issue at all for that.
Okay, and about how many courses did each of you take each term, and how many hours would you say that you spent, on that course load each week? That probably varies depending on, your strengths and what type of course it is and everything else. But if you could give us kind of an idea, that would be great. And Ahmed, if you want to start, that'd be great.
Yeah, so my initial plan actually was to finish the MBA within 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
but I end with finishing about like 28 months, like almost 2 years and a half. So, and this is actually the good thing, the flexibility. You will have the ability to finish the degree between 2 and 5 years, depends on your workload and the availability for study. Uh, it's always recommended to start with like difficult classes at the beginning, so you'll have the energy to finish like 2 courses every semester, and then you will have like lower workload within time. Uh, the MBA already has two platforms, Coursera and Canvas, so you can work in Coursera ahead of time. This will give you ability to have more concentration for the live session and assignments once the course is started. Related to the work, to how many hours you will spend, depends in if you will have like 2 classes or 1 class every semester, and also the difficulty of the class. So actually that varies between like some courses take like 10 hours, other courses 20 hours per week. But yeah, of course, we need to have a clear plan for study sometimes during the work, the weekdays, an hour or two, and then you need to allocate some hours during the weekend, like for the depends on again and the class itself. But once you have a clear plan, and also the advisor of Gies will help you to build your degree plan for the entire MBA program, or for at least for a year. And once you have a plan and you started the first 2 courses, first course or 2 courses, within time, you will become familiar and you will able to manage your time efficiently, and even you will spend less hour than what you expect.
How about you, Eric? About how many courses did you take each term?
So I took, and just to clarify, for fall and spring, there are 2 terms. There's a
Mhm.
fall and fall 2, spring 1, spring 2. But within each term, I did take 2 classes at a time, almost all the way through. I think there was 1 or 2 exceptions, and I finished in just over 2 years, 26 months. If you do take 2 every single time and you take your capstones when you're eligible, you can finish, within 2 years. And just some general insights, very early on in the program, when you're, planning out, how many courses or when you plan to graduate, think about the duration. How long do you want the program to take? Like we said, the typical time is anywhere from 2 years to 5 years. So think about that when you're planning out whether you want 1 course or 2 courses. So think about that. Also think of what's your skill set, what's your availability, as far as, how much time do you have once you parse out work, family, so on and so forth. There's a lot of important things to consider when you decide whether you want that 1 class at a time or that 2 classes at a time. I also definitely suggest, very early on in the program, reaching out to an advisor. They have a lot of insights, from personal experiences, or, the experiences of current students or recent students, because we're tasked to provide feedback. So that lets, they give informed information about the volume or workload, or, the rigor of each individual class. And that'll help you inform your decision, not just on how many courses, but also the pairing of courses. So, one key step to put yourself on the right track of success is to do your due diligence, seek an academic advisor to, help you set out that plan, or if you, create one on your own, just to review it and give it its blessing based on, your availability and your, your technical skill sets or your background. But yeah, for me, it was generally 2 courses per term. That took just over 2 years.
Okay, great. All right, well, I'm going to move along here. We have just a few more minutes, but feel free to put any other questions in the Q&A feature. And we are now approaching our priority to deadline for an August start. So you can choose to start either in August or October if you're looking at the IMBA program or IMSM program. IMSA program would be only an August start. There's no application fee if you apply by June 6th. You will gain early access to the networking platforms and Coursera for Illinois, and you also have priority registration for courses. And then we do have another question here in the Q&A. Is the grading system easy to understand or pretty transparent? Did you receive the grades that you expected?
Yes, I can start and Eric will add. So the grading system actually very clear. Every course has a syllabus. At the syllabus, you will see the grading from A positive till the other grades. For the second part, actually, I wasn't expect at all to receive 3.94. Or I got like only one class, only A negative, and other class A positive. All other classes was A. Even with the effort I spent and hours and different study with team, but what I received at the end actually beyond my expectation. So I wasn't able actually to achieve that without support the professors during the office hours, live sessions, and also students, which already offer like study group for different classes. And I appreciate for that.
All right. And just because I forgot to answer one part of the last question, I wanted to share before I moved on to this question. As far as the typical time per course, I think the common average is 10 to 15 hours, but obviously it varies based on, your background, your skill sets, things of that nature. I think for me personally, it took about 10 hours a week on average per course. And as far as the question about the grading system, yeah, I think it's generally, very transparent. Um, you know, like like what was stated, we receive a syllabus from the very beginning, but even each, individual assignment, there's generally a rubric that, you know, essentially telling you or pinpointing, this is what's requested. If you follow, stick to the plan, you should generally receive the, a high, passing grade. So, you know, generally, do what's requested, do it effectively and thoroughly, also concisely, and more often than not, you'll receive a very good and effective grade. And on those rare, instances where you have a question or you don't necessarily agree in some cases, you can reach out to what we have iSupport, where whether it's those type of questions that we have or even just technical questions, you can reach out for aid. But when you do that, you can reach out, you can even challenge in some instances a grade. And, sometimes you're right. And then sometimes, they'll just explain in further detail so you have that better understanding. So I would say on the front end, it's usually pretty transparent as what they're looking for. And then the graders will also leave feedback. So between the very beginning or the feedback, you should get what you want. But if you don't, in the instances you don't, you can reach out to iSupport for further questions as far as why the grade was, what grade, as far as to why you received the grade.
Great.
And
All right.
by the way,
Oh,
yeah,
go
you
ahead.
will have opportunity actually if you have issue on your grading and you have the right to appeal your grade, the professor of course can revise your grade if there is for what reason already there was issue in the grading. So this is actually another thing. The response from my support within like a day you will receive a response, and the regrading will almost like within 2 days you will receive the regrade.
Good to know. Thank you guys for sharing. Well, we're almost to the top of the hour. I don't see any other questions in the Q&A. But if you haven't scanned the QR code, feel free to do that. Again, that will connect you to our website, to our team. We have an entire team of admissions counselors eager to help and answer any questions that you might have. But I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight and taking time to learn about our programs and how they can have an impact on your career. Thank you, Ahmed and Eric, so much for taking time out of your schedules and sharing your Gies Online ROI experience as well. And please reach out to us. You can email us, you can call us, and we are all here to help. So thank you again to everyone for joining us. And with that being said, we will close out. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.